Well, WA kids are arriving at school up to 90 minutes before the bell, and it's causing issues in our schools. Teachers are now launching a ban on the use of play equipment before the start of class, as there's no one to monitor the children's safety. Parenting expert Claire Orange joins me this afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Claire.
Afternoon, Tracy.
Look, this issue has many layers. The first that springs to mind, though, is obviously the high childhood obesity rates. Shouldn't we be encouraging children to play whenever and wherever they want?
Yeah, we should. We have so many more sedentary children now, and the need for play and activity is heightened. But if we're going to use that to justify dropping our children off 60 to 90 minutes early, unsupervised, in an environment with other children, we're starting to really confuse issues. You know, these are our most precious asset, Tracy, the most precious. And I don't think we'd leave our car unlocked and unattended, or our home, but yet we're willing to do it with our children.
Okay, so yeah, you've highlighted a safety issue here with the children. Obviously, parents have hectic lives. We've seen some of this in this report, that many of them drop them there early, up to 90 minutes before school, because they have to get to work. How do you explain that?
Again, I think it's all well and good. We all have hectic lives, and our hectic lives mean sometimes we have to cut corners, but not with our children. I really feel very strongly on this issue that parents need to take responsibility. These are your children, and I know before school care is expensive, but we can find ways around that and not really be expecting our schools to step up and go about managing our children for us in the place of childcare. That's an unfair expectation.
Obviously, this is a growing issue amongst parents, not just before but after school as well, leaving them there well after school is done. What is your advice? What can schools do, I suppose, to combat this? But also, how should parents act if they're faced with this kind of situation where they have to drop their kids early or pick them up late?
Yeah, and I think, you know, schools have got a good policy in place now. It's a protective policy around their staff and the time of their staff and how their staff are best being utilised, which is not for childcare, and around the best interests of the children for safety. So schools having a policy that they can refer to, and then referring to our big governing bodies like the Primary Principals Association for support if required. In terms of parents, you know, I think sometimes we forget that having our children as part of a village is healthy, and that if we're struggling and we're under the pump and we're working full time, so are other parents. And so sometimes finding families who are like you and sharing out that care, you know, I'll look before school and you'll look after school. Grandparents and grandparents-like figures is making sure that we bring people in who can best support our children who are vulnerable, to keep them safe, and not just hoping it'll be all right. It's not good enough.
Sharing the load where you can.
Absolutely, and we all need to do that as parents.
Absolutely. All right, Claire Orange, thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Tracy.